I would probably still say Qhali overall, actually, just from the hero picks. It's, I'm a huge proponent for ease of execution. Their lineup is very like point and click, team fight ultis kind of thing. Whereas Thunder Awaken, they run into each other.
Right into RoboZ here, and MJZ now in an awkward position. They've got the Starbreaker. It's a little snowball coming into play. Gonna try to buy just a bit more time. Turn their attention over to Monty. It looks like MJZ will survive. These fatal bonds though on everyone. Those are some value fatal bonds.
Yeah, they managed to rescue the Venge there. I thought they was dead for sure, but the snowball keeps him alive. It's a little bit less than ideal to have snowball level 1. You usually want to have the shards, so small sacrifice to skill and ability to save Venge there. Better than giving away first blood, though.
I was just thinking, so they have 2 players on their team's named Knight, right? Because one is Smiling Knight, that, like you said, is from Europe. And then the other Knight is, I believe he's also Peruvian. But it's funny because I was looking at their social media. They actually made a little, like, video about him. And they made it very, like, mafioso, kind of. It's really funny. I'll have to check it out. But I guess MJZ found him and brought him onto the team.
Gonna have to call him Knight and Knight.
Knight and Knight.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole thread about how we're both illiterate and can't speak English.
Well, look, that's Knight Medusa.
Oh, yes. All right. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. It's going to be the Nature's Prophet Tusk going top against the Troll and Warlock.
Yeah, standard bounty rune split as well, so nothing too unfair. And we see this Ember versus Pango mid matchup. It's pretty skill-based still, but I do think RoboZ has a bit of an advantage, and also he's very happy to play Ember. We saw him play it before.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is one of those setups where the hero matchup lends itself over to the Ember, and also I feel like RoboZ, from what we've seen recently anyways, might just be a little bit more skilled, so it's just going to be a little bit rough for Slottom in this middle lane, but doing fine right off the bat here.
Yeah, we'll see how he plays it. Flame Guard is up now, which is annoying for the Pango. So we see top, bit of fatal bonds for us.
So talk to me here. Talk to me about what we need to see. So Thunder, obviously, they've got Adusa. They've got Nature's Prophet. Like, they're going to scale really well into this late game. Qhali, they still have really good potential, but I feel like their timing's a bit earlier. What are the items like? What's the go time win condition for them here?
For them, they just need to continuously make plays once they get all the ultis available and look for pickoffs with the Dawn ulti a lot. They can still go towards late game, but they need to go there in a fighting manner. You can't just sit back and farm. So definitely expecting Qhali to be the more aggressive ones come mid game to be looking for those fights. At the same time, though, the Nature's Prophet lineup of Thunder Awaken here, they have the potential to make moves and gank as well. But Medusa is a pretty inactive carry compared to Troll, who's going to be looking for more brawling.
So they need to at least be at the same pace, if not higher, is what I'm getting from Monty.
Monty
no,
taking
he's got a stick. It's all right.
A beating there, though. Does not feel good.
But yeah, they need to be on the side of Qhali. They need to just at least be breaking even, if not ahead, it sounds like, as it gets further and further late game, if it gets to that point, because otherwise they will have a problem, I think.
Yeah, definitely. But right now, Qhali, this offlane is not feeling very good for them. The double Venge Medusa double ranged lane is doing a great job harassing here. They still need to deal with their small melee.
Gotta be a little bit difficult when you're going up when you've only got 2 melee people. But speaking of, like, item timings or particular, like, spikes, when do you think we'll see Qhali start to get super aggressive?
I mean, there's probably just gonna start exploding once the laning stage is over for Ember. If he gets any good 6-minute rune, then he can make a lot of rotations. But overall, like, in the post 10 minutes is when they're gonna look for fights nonstop with Ember and on ulti.
Do you think we'll see any sort of rotations before RoboZ hits that level 6?
Probably not.
In terms of ganking him, just because of the fact that, once he gets those the remnants up, it is much more difficult to lock him into place.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see that. It's too hard to make early moves towards mid nowadays in terms of actually ganking and shutting down. Okay. And the moment you leave a lane, it's gonna just open up a lot of things for the side lanes anyway. So for now, both teams just doing the best they can, focusing, and mid lane, the CS is almost dead even, 21-3 and 22-2 here on the Pango and Ember respectively. So good job by Slatem not falling behind against Ember.
He is very low on those bottle charges, though, and we are going to be seeing the water runes come up again. Alright, yeah, it looks like Knight is making his way over, maybe trying to go and secure one of these for the Pangolier. No one moving, though, on the side of Qhali. In fact, Autumn is going to try to get a little bit ahead, and ooh, this is actually a great move, because now there's just no water rune available for this Ember Spirit, so nicely done from the side of Thunder.
Yeah, that small move to just secure a rune is so big, and also coming in, taking the bounty rune away, so making sure there's no way for him to refill the bottle on his own. So unless someone dies in side lane, he is going to go without a bottle refill until 6 minutes.
Well, he is going to make Sladam burn through that bottle charge already, though, so he's already back to 0. So he continues the harass, but they're trading quite well here in the mid lane.
Yeah, the Orb of Corrosion is up on Ember now, so Sleight of Fist spam's gonna hurt a little bit more. And interesting they didn't put a single point in Searing Chain by level 5. Means he can't stop the Pango from rolling. Top, MJC going behind.
Yes. He's got some nice shards in places. They'll put more pressure onto Kukahook. Luis can't do too much other than just slow them down, but it's enough because they can turn back. Got the snowball over onto the tomato creep. Looks like they're not going to chase after him, but it is an unsuccessful gank coming out for the side of Thunder. A nice try, but just not quite enough just yet, although
now they come in
Monty's
here.
in kind of an interesting position.
Yeah, Monty swinging over as well, looking to make something happen here as we see Nature's Prophet just farming the big camp and pulling away. Has to be careful not to get caught out of position as his support is going base.
I'm sure they realize something's up because he's not showing in that bottom lane at all, so...
I feel like Knight went base with a lot of resources here. 220 mana and 470 HP. Like, he barely needed healing on Tusk and opted to go all the way back. It's a little bit costly to take the time to go back like this. At least it does give a bottle refill for Pango. Now that he TPs out from mid.
So we're going to see a little bit of a skirmish here for the action rune whenever it is that it shows up. And Monty trying to use that Starbreaker, but not going to land over on Knight. Still have Luis nearby. MJZ trying to get some vision. Monty in a bit of an awkward situation as he's starting to get chased down. They've got the shards. Throw out the magic missile, and that's a dead Dawnbreaker. And actually our first blood, it's pretty late. But it does allow RoboZ to get himself the double damage rune, so seems worthwhile.
Yeah, that's a good start for Pango, though, getting the first blood here. And yeah, Robo is going to be fine, but not going to be too happy about the first blood, giving Pango a little bit of an edge in the net worth here. Bottom lane has turned into pretty much a farm trade now as the Brewmaster and Medusa are just hitting creeps together.
Do we see a move to put pressure down onto this
Luis
Medusa?
is
Or,
caught.
Top lane. This is not looking good for him. It looks like this Nature's Prophet is going to be very dead. But they did manage to get a kill on Luis.
Yeah, at the same time over there, they found him in the jungle. Got a nice shard to trap him into the small camp there. He was stuck between trees and ice shards. Couldn't really move at all. But leaving Nature's Prophet alone top, you know, against this troll is a dangerous thing to do. He can easily get run up on by the whirling axes.
7-minute wisdom runes are up. It's going to be Brew who snaps it up. He's going to have that level 6 online shortly, so I'm curious if we're going to see him start to get very active, or if they're just going to wait. And I really would like to see them get active, like you were saying earlier.
I'm not sure about the build, though, that Illich is going for on Nature's Prophet. 0 point Sprout in current patch? Like,
That's weird.
I feel like you're just not utilizing how strong the hero is now with the Q. Sure, you want those treants, but...
Well, Tusk will be coming right back up again. Nice shard play here coming out from Knight, avoiding to that Starbreaker as Sladam is top, and so he's got Rolling Thunder. Starts rolling on through, has his sights set on Kukahook. Kukahook is level 6, but has not opted for that ultimate. RoboZ also joining into the fray. They've got some really nice fatal bombs, trying to slow down Knight just a bit. A little bit more damage will be able to do the trick as they'll finish him off.
Yeah, good punishment there. Nice movement to come and join in top there. And back towards the rune again. RoboZ is going to get another power rune. So Pango not getting his hands on any of the power runes so far. It's just an illusion this time, not the worst rune to give away to Ember, but any rune control is important.
What do we have now? Looks like we've got the level 6 online for Brew. Brewmaster. Do we see some aggression come out down here? Do they try to take this tower and open up the jungle to take away from Medusa, do you think?
I think so. I think you should go down there and play with the Ember now as well. They already bring over the Dawnbreaker. The two of them could put some hurt on her, but she has a full magic wand pretty much, 14 charges and a healing lotus. So you definitely need a lot more to bring her down. Warlock
Maybe they
comes
can
in.
try to at least force some TPs perhaps, but yeah, we've got Luis joining in the fray. Does not have that level 6 online just yet, but they're poking at Knight. They want to feel very uncomfortable and just make him call out for reinforcements to free up other spaces.
MJC coming in as well, running in under tower here and joining his friend.
Monty, gonna be right in the way over here as Knight makes his way over.
I mean, drop the deep ward, so you see Medusa farming here. He's just hanging around.
Question is, do they do anything about it though? She is level 7.
Yeah, I don't think they
Has
can
not
really
put
kill
any
her.
points in the Stone Gaze.
Yeah, Ember is finally moving now. He's coming down bottom.
Alright, indeed here. Okay, they'll stun up Hermit. They want to burst him down before he can get the split off, but he's got it. And there it is. There's the point here in the Stone Gaze. So they've got to back off. Nice Wrath of Nature coming in. So they'll continue to roll around. They've got their eyes on the Dawnbreaker. They'll be able to finish. So there's going to be a snowball coming into effect. A little magic missile play over onto Robo's easy. Sliding around. He really wants this deuce. Shards coming in place. Enderbrew gets dropped. The chase. And they manage to finish off Luis. They're looking at Hermit. He'll go down too. It's a double kill now for Latums. As now RoboZ is going to have to use that remnant to try to run away. And he'll turn his attention back around. He's hoping to get at least something here, but it's a little bit scary. They got the snowball. Monty, though, will be able to apply some assistance. Misses the Starbreaker. Is trading a bit with Slatums.
That Medusa got so many magic stick charges in the fight, by the way. She used 2 magic sticks during the first fight, and I think she got a total of like 30 charges used. So her mana just kept going up.
There is no Rolling Thunder on Slatums, and they're still putting the pressure on this tower. They're also deforesting a little bit too along the way.
I think finally Thunder Awaken realized that sticking around here might be dangerous, but really great defense by them. Not initially losing the Medusa. Slatum just gonna play it safe here as well, backing away from bottom. And that means that, again, Power Rune going the way of Ember, got a haste rune this time.
And you know, even though we were kind of criticizing a little bit on Illic for not picking up the Sprout during laning, he is putting a decent amount of damage on the tower because he does have the treants that are just wailing away, so...
This is the advantage. He can actually force people to react. It's going to be Ember running up there to try and deal with this Nature's Prophet pressure. But yeah, at the same time, I think in lane he could maybe have had more impact if he had at least 1 point in Sprout. It's such a cheap ability, and no matter if you instantly Quelling Blade the trees, you just take extra damage all the time.
Right. RoboZ doing a little casual jungling, does have himself the haste rune that's been bottled up, and will have the Mithril Hammer fairly soon to finish up his Maelstrom.
Yeah, he's ready to fight, just kind of waiting for something to happen on the map. He keeps his TP ready. Bottom, Knight has come back to farm on Medusa again here, not giving up the tier 1 tower.
Monty almost has his level 6 online now too, so they'll be able to have that counter initiation if needed. A little bit of an invis rune. RoboZ is just getting all the action runes. Right place, right time.
Yeah, meanwhile, Pango, this bottle is just in the backpack, never used, you know. It's
Poor guy.
unfortunate. All it's seen is some water rune at the start. And Midas up on Brewmaster. We've seen a little bit of different builds. We've seen the Spirit Vessel rush on Brewmaster before. Not a very good item against Medusa, so probably a reason why he didn't go for it in this game. And just early Midas going to be playing pretty greedy here, and Agnim's coming up next for him.
MJZ starting to get pressured by Monty a little bit. Hermit's also here. I don't believe he'd be able to survive this, though he's pretty fast. He's got those boots going. That all they need is a little bit more damage, and they have it.
Yeah, Drunken Brawler finally slows him down enough. I like how he was holding a stun for the Dawnbreaker, but Dawnbreaker also just held her Starbreaker, so just right-clicking into the Venge, almost bringing her down without using a skill. And right now is a good power spike timing for Thunder Awaken. They have the Diffusal and Orb of Corrosion on Pango, whereas the Maelstrom is not completed yet over on the side of Ember Spirit. So I think they should really take engagements, look for fights, and that's what we're seeing. They're smoking up to bottom.
They have an Orchid completed for the Nature's Prophet too, so they are quite strong at this time, especially if they can get their hands on Robo-Z. They're going to send Hermit first, though, and he has the Primal Split available. Smoke gets broken. Robo-Z's still hidden in this tree line. Gets a little bit of a slight, manages to land the chains over onto the Pango. Nature's Prophet was considering joining in on this fight.
Too deep to TP there. If he TP'd in, he would just get immediately blown up by the Warlock and Ember, so thinks better of it, doesn't jump in.
A little bit of that burst damage on Hermit. And he goes for the split because they dropped the Chaotic Offering. They also drop those wards, but still get the kill. In comes the Dawnbreaker. They're looking to finish off on Slotums here, and it should be able to do so. Did they put? It looked like the Fatal Bonds came after the Chaotic Offering there. Was I seeing things?
Yeah, he
thought
just,
as Nature's Prophet is dead.
He just needed to lock them down as soon as possible, get the Golem down, and I think there was a great usage of their abilities coming in with the big team fight spells here, but a little bit of an undercommitted move by Thunder, not bringing over the Medusa, not having the Stone Gaze available. I like the idea of them fighting and using their power spike here with Diffu and Orchid, but you can't really fight into the full team of Qhali without bringing Medusa as well.
Do you think they suspected that it was the whole team there, or did they think it was just going to be a little, three-man kind of gank push?
I think they definitely knew that the entire team was there. I just think they underestimated their opponents a bit, like thinking they can fight without bringing everything. It just doesn't work.
That is costly. A lot of people are showing up for this mid tower. Illic even TPing over. They know that they don't have the Chaotic Offering, so some nice chains though and some good slides. MJZ, he's lower than half health right now.
Fatal Bonds and Sleight of Fist doing some work there, and Warlock just sitting back, casting that max level up evil.
With that Maelstrom completed too, those little lightning procs, they hurt.
Yeah, we see Avenge.
A little weird bursty pops, huh?
Yeah, Avenge queuing up the Tranquil Boots now as well. Needs some HP regen to sustain this harassment.
Now they have Stone Gaze, they do not have Split. I think they're gonna have to just lose this tower. In fact, yeah, Knight will be able to take the mid.
Yeah, I would like to see him really utilize this timing, because you still have 50 seconds on Golem, so try and take away as much farm area as possible. Use this Manta style to cut waves.
Brewmaster's next item, pretty typical going for that Agnum Scepter, get that extra little Brewling.
Yeah, the good part about this is he's going to be able to spam Dispel on the illusions of the Manta from Medusa, but also just having the Storm Panda nonstop to lift her nonstop through the fight. It is a great way to deal with one super farmed hero.
Looks like the Dawnbreaker will be going for a Lotus Orb.
Yeah, a little bit interesting to see that he's going for Lotus instead of Agnems here. I thought this would be a very strong game for Agnems for the mischance against Furion, Medusa, even against the right clicks of the rest of the team as well. But it's not a bad Lotus Orb game against Snowball, against Venge, and of course get rid of the Orchid as well.
Yeah, it also gives you a little bit more armor, right, too? Which is good against that minus armor coming out from Venge. And eventually Prophet goes for a Deso or something.
Yeah, it's a natural item still. Just thought that would be more of a second item. Going on Medusa now?
Yeah, exactly where Knight is, but they need to lock her down. That's the thing. Stone Gaze is going to get used. Teleports are coming out en masse. Even the Wrath of Nature gets used, so they're gonna... Oh no, they know that the Warlock's here. He's trying to get in a good position to go and drop the Chaotic Offering, but his team just left him so fast. He put himself in an awkward position there.
Yeah, it's so tough to kill the Medusa when she's that close to a tier 1 and tier 2 tower. And of course, the moment they go on the carry, the full team just reacts to like, nope, you're not getting our Medusa for free. The saves are coming in. We spoke about those Tusk Snowballs and Venge swaps. They have great tools. Oh, I like this Venge picking up the Lotuses. Getting greater healing Lotuses can be insane with Medusa on your team. So hope to see him pass that over to Medusa later on, or use it on Medusa in a team fight.
These core players, they always think everything that we get belongs to them.
Oh, it does. It does. The entire map is Medusa.
Who harvested the Lotuses? This is a little red hen thing going on. Do you have that tale?
The what?
The little red hen, do you have that story in your language?
I am not familiar, no.
Oh, okay. So the whole thing is basically there's this little red hen, and she's making like a pie or bread or something like that. And she keeps saying, like, who will help me harvest the grain? Who will help me, you know, do this or this? And they're like, no, I will not. No, I will not. And then when it comes time to, like, who will help me eat this bread? They're all like, oh, I will. And she's like, no, you did not help me do this, 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 and this. And she basically tells them to sod off.
Sounds like a bad support player, is what I'm hearing. That's a bad support. That hen would get fired immediately. Bottom.
Nice with that orchid. They even go though and they use the chaotic offering. They think that Illich is just too good of a kill, and they will indeed get it.
Juicy enough. May as well use early game ultis like this. Doesn't feel bad at all in my opinion. And mid lane, bit of a dive as well.
It's a dead Monty.
Yeah, they get a counter kill there. And the Warlock Golem using the portal to go top and is gonna try and push out top lane. So nice way to utilize it to stabilize the map a little bit.
So some summons can go through and some summons cannot.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
There's such a weird like rule as to who can and who can't.
Yeah, TA traps used to be able to go through in the first version, even Venom wards. So if you just put the things next to a portal, they could go through. Now
That's
I think
silly.
it's only like hero summons that can go through. I don't think Lycan Wolves can take it, but the Bear can and the Visage Birds can, Golem can. So basically hero creeps.
All right, well, they're still just neck and neck with the Troll sitting at 11k. Same thing for this Medusa. The BKB is completed, though, for Troll, which is a pretty big power spike. Eagle Song's completed, though, on the side of Thunder for the Medusa. So
she's basically at full butterfly now. Yeah, it's coming out in just a second. She purchased it now. So big power spike with the evasion now available. Maybe they want to take a full team fight. The looks of Thunder here is that they're going to go straight towards Roche with Medusa. Their team
I
is
think that's
pretty far.
important to control, right? You just don't want to let that Troll get it in his hands.
This has to be contested, though. Even if you don't have Warlock ulti, I think you can't give away Aegis for free. This is going to cost you so much.
Yeah, they do a scan.
Yeah, but they scanned it once already, but they're giving it up. They're not contesting.
That seems like... Well, no, they're trying to. They're trying to get over there. But again, when you have a Vengeful Spirit that has the medallion, has that Wave of Terror, they need to get over there fast. And the Downbreaker can't do anything until someone gets in.
It's a little bit late here as they walk back to the Ancients first. Roche
It's too late. It's too late.
Aegis still down? Ember?
Yeah, Robo? Okay. He was trying to do something cheeky, but not gonna work out. MJC just throwing that magic missile. Oh no. He's alright. He's alright. He's gonna just slide on out. But they should have got there way faster.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Now the Medusa is just the strongest player in the field by far. Able to really pressure these tier 2 towers. And they're gonna portal straight to top. And goal is set on that tier 2. I don't know why they backed up to the Ancients area before smoking. They already scanned Roche once and saw it was a positive scan. And then they, I don't know, just took longer than I expected them to.
I have no idea. No idea. BKB completed for the Nature's Prophet, so also going to have more freedom of movement in these fights. Looks like we've also got... What just showed up?
Oh,
I just saw another item. Well, there's the Aghanim Scepter for the Brewmaster, so that will also help, but...
Yeah, there's
I'm curious how they're going to approach us when she has the Aegis, and they've got just nice vision coming out from MJZ every time he uses that Wave of Terror.
Yeah, the Aghanims on Brew able to lift this Medusa here. Even going on Tusk, opening up the possibility to focus Medusa.
Yeah, I was going to say, just, you know, not having that snowball available. But again, she has an Aegis. So MJZ, he will go for the swap. They've got the Lotus Fall with the Chaotic Offering. Thinking about it, but they're going to just keep chasing after him. They lose MJZ. He was already ticking down. Knight continuing to give these clicks out over onto Kuka Hook. And they'll go in with the Dawnbreaker. Panda just flying up into the air. Illich's just trying to TP away. He doesn't want anything to do with this any longer. And this poor Medusa just spending all of her time in the air. So they'll turn right back around again. They'll cancel out the TP. This is going to be an Aegis that is going to get removed. And I'm not sure if they can save her a second time here.
Yeah, Pango has to get out. He can't save her. Just abandon this.
So they get themselves that early Aegis, but maybe, can they get Luis? Nah, he realized, he's like, I just gotta get out of here. So early Aegis for the side of Thunder, but is immediately used up with just some quick play coming out from the side of Qhali.
Yeah, that Aghanim was crucial in Hermit. Sure, during the ulti, he can control the Medusa, but before the ulti, just having that Storm Panda going around, finding the Tusk, lifting it, gave them an opening to take the fight and actually start something. Looked a little bit shaky there for a while. Cook was going really low HP. His ulti and BKB was running out, but they stabilized the fight with the Dawnbreaker coming in with that extra bit of healing. And this has to feel like a big blow to Thunder Awaken because they were supposed to be strong there in that fight. They had the Aegis, they had the Medusa Rage to take the fight, but we see the value of Brewmaster.
Yeah, definitely. Having that other Brewling has made such a huge difference in so many of the games that we've watched. Like, we've seen a lot of Chaos Knight going up against Brew. Having that Panda just makes it so much harder because you just don't have those illusions to rely on when it comes around.
This is where you also have to wonder, though, if Medusa was the right choice. They picked Medusa into the Brewmaster, so you have to foresee this possibility. During the draft, we were discussing the possibility for them going for something like a Sven for that BKB, just fight and kill off the Brew. Now you have a hero that instead is pretty countered by Brew.
I mean, that's why we didn't even mention the...
Medusa, yeah.
Any sort of, like, illusion hero because they had the Brewmaster.
I think illusion heroes in general is fine. It's just having a hero like Medusa who she enjoys not going BKB and she's very slow in the way that she takes the fight. I think she should customize her itemization here though. Just throw in a BKB so that you can actually have a power spike to fight in the team fight. Because right now, you just can't sit back and watch your teammates die. We are not seeing that though. He's going for a Silver Edge build. Got the Blitz Knuckles already.
Do you like this?
Not a great fan, I must say. But it could be okay if his next item is going to be a BKB afterwards. But seems like he has a 4-staff queued up for the Hurricane Pike. So we'll see how that's going to work out. I don't think that is the best for the team fights. And we got the shards coming out now, so shard over on the Brew, giving him the ability to end ulti whenever he wants, and also extending the duration is really impactful. 30-second ulti duration means he can constantly lift up the Medusa in the fight.
So looking at some of the itemization choices, you already talked about the Dawnbreaker going for the Lotus early, and you were a little surprised. You're like, I would like to see the Ags. It's going back for the Ags now, but also what about the shard? I feel like that could be potentially very, very useful.
Trouble.
Yeah, he is in trouble. RoboZ scouting him out. They'll drop the Chaotic Offering. They just want to finish him off quickly, and they'll take the tower. It's going to easily translate into a tier 3 push.
Yeah, they're going up high ground. Split push is happening right now, but I mean, they have to go back and defend. This is not an easy defense. The Brew ulti has such long duration to keep going here.
Oh man, Wind Panda already finding its mark here. Just throwing the Medusa up in the air so they can get some more damage down. They fortified. Walrus punch over on the Panda, but Cook just focused, eyes on the prize. Oh, a good swap coming out, but are they going to be able to take down this? Troll's a question because MJZ, he is absolutely toast. They've already taken the tower. They've used the Stone Gates, but Qhali, they smell blood in the water. They're still going for more. Knight, all right, they'll go use the Sprout. It'll hold RoboZ in place a little bit longer, but he's going to be fine.
The Medusa can't do anything here.
I mean, she's just spending all of her time in the air. This Panda, very value, and they smoke up and they start headed over towards that mid lane. They're like, all right, we already cracked their base at like 20 something minutes. Let's go get this mid tower. They might see this double damage along the way. Yeah, ooh, tasty.
Yeah, DD room for Ember is going to allow him to do a little bit of extra damage next fight as well. And he already has the Kaya as well, so doing great in terms of item scaling here. Pango is working hard to try and finish up his Aghanim Scepter before the next fight. Only needs 300 gold. Getting the Aghanims is a huge difference in the amount of damage that he can do in the fight. But overall right now, Thunder Awaken, they need to find some way to handle the control coming out from Brew. They just don't have a hero that can kill him.
What's the solution for them right now then? Because if they don't have a hero that can kill them, how do they protect this Medusa? How do they approach these fights? To
me, it's all about Medusa's itemization. He has to get this BKB. He actually added it now. He took away the 4-staff, but he wants to get Silver Edge into BKB. That is an intention, like at least he is prioritizing the item, but I don't know if he will have that much time. As Qhali now, they're starting to go like a well-oiled machinery, going towards mid.
I mean, this is exactly how we said we wanted to see them play. Dusa is teleporting in. And try to put some more pressure. Nice Lotus immediately bouncing back over to MJZ, and they want to just remove him as quickly as possible. Don't want any sort of swaps. Good snowball coming into play, followed up with this Dawnbreaker, though. It's not looking good for them as they will be able to get MJZ. They get Knight, too, and now the other Knight fighting away, kills Monty, but Hook and Hermit, they've got their eyes on the prize. Another changeover here from MJZ, but it's in vain because they still end up losing the dude. So that's a dieback on MJZ, and they want Illic. They're like, that's a cute BKB, but you know what? We can wait. We can be patient, and they rip them apart. It's a triple kill for RoboZ, and this tower belongs to the side of Qhali.
Yeah, they're just going down mid now. This push is so fast as well when you have a troll in your team. This death time, this means you're definitely losing mid, you're losing bottom as well. Tusk is gonna respawn, but he has no team when he does so. I think they just have found themselves at a power disadvantage here in terms of item builds, in terms of hero matchups. They just don't have the tools to deal with what Qhali have right now.
I mean, I was not expecting this. Like, I knew that they would be playing ferocious, but this is like a next level aggression. Honestly, I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah, Qhali are looking fantastic. We spoke about it a bit earlier, how they have been looking pretty good in this regional so far in the lower bracket, but maybe they weren't tested that well against, you know, more seasoned teams. But Thunder Awaken, they're supposed to be one of the top dogs here, and they're getting absolutely handled in 29 minutes. They're super far behind against a troll lineup. Late game isn't even secure because, sure, you have Medusa, but this troll is just so far ahead.
Yeah, losing 2 lanes of racks in under 30 minutes is never a good sign. I will say one thing, though, to keep in mind is that a lot of the times when you have teams that become very dominant early, sometimes if they're just not as experienced, they will tend to have problems. They will waffle and try to struggle to figure out how to close out the game. That being said, though, looking at the way that Qhali has these very clear intentions marked on the map saying, this is our lane, this is the lane, this is what we're doing. They're not having that problem, and I think it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job now. All they need to do, right, is play towards the next Aegis, get the Aegis for themselves. They won against the Aegis last time when Medusa had it, but if they can get that in the hands of Troll or even on Ember, and he can just dive in and create space for the Troll, I think the team fight is going to be super easy for them. They already are running over Thunder Awaken, and Thunder Awaken, he's not finishing up on the Medusa, not finishing up the Silver Edge yet, even though he has the gold for it. So I think maybe he's realizing that, hey, I need to be able to play the game. I need to get this PKV so I can actually spend time not in a tornado, because that's basically his team fight experience.
That feels bad, man, for sure. Hanging out near the Roche Pit, though, that's definitely their next win condition here for the side of Qhali. They want to make sure that they have that extra life available if needed.
Yeah, it's going to be spawning in 20 seconds from now. Thunder Awaken doing a little bit of poking towards the high ground here, trying to prompt a reaction.
But like the Wind Panda.
Yeah, having both the Ember as well as the Dawnbreaker as well, though, they have great heroes for defending this kind of push.
Just a little bit of scouting. Right, another 4 seconds, and they'll be rewarded for their patience on the side of Qhali.
Yeah, finally, Roche is going to spawn, and Thunder Awaken at the same time. They don't really have something coming up. Okay, so finally, you know, been harping on it, talking about it a lot, but it's so important. The Medusa has now purchased the BKB without going Silver Edge, so he has a power spike. He actually has 9 seconds where he cannot be controlled that easily. There's still the Golem to try and stun him.
They're not going to get here in time, though. There's no way. They need to probably just reset, go back to their base.
Yeah, there's going to be Aegis on Troll, Cheese on the Ember, so back to base they go, and Thunder, they need to find a way to take the fight. They're already drawing. They're saying, okay, they're going to come and push top. You can see the drawings here happening by Knights. They want to try and defend instead of a stab for top when the tier 1 push comes.
I'm disappointed in them. Look at all these Lotuses here in the Radiant pool. Nobody stopped to go look at them. Those could be very useful. Those might come back to bite you in the butt, not picking them up.
Yeah, always a good thing to collect. I mean, Knight on Tusk does have 2 Lotuses. Could get some more there, get a greater healing Lotus.
I just watched Qhali just walk right past it and no one went to look. It's like one of my first things I do as a support. I'm like, ooh, anything free here? Because I'm a poor sport.
Yeah, feels like they're just rushing around, grouping as a team and focusing on playing towards the 5-man so much now.
Oh, yeah. They have their eyes on the prize, for sure. They do have a nice ward over here on the side, so they're going to spot out Hook. They'll also see that he's just picked up that Monkey King bar.
Yeah,
they're smoked up.
He's not an easy target to go on, though. Having that Aegis, they have to go on someone else on the back line.
They do have the blink on the Tusk and on the Pango. But yeah, look at this. They have to realize something's... They're going to try to go around the side. Look at the way RoboZ and Hermit are positioned. They see MGZ first. This is a good kill if they can get it. That's that insurance policy. Just remove from the map right away. And a stun. So he is just obliterated. RoboZ on the hunt. They're going behind now, seeing if there's anybody else straggling. But Qhali only knows one thing, and that's go forward, hit creeps, hit heroes, hit towers.
Yeah,
there is no backwards for this man right now.
Game is looking very straightforward for him, so they're getting the tier 1 tower gone in mid. At the same time, Monty
goes and uses the dust just in case that there's a glimmer cape or whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. Monty getting harassed a bit there, but he can stick around if he wants. The Warlock can heal him. He could TP base as well and have the ulti to rejoin the fight if he really wants to get full HP.
That is the perk of having a Dawnbreaker, for sure. Have the completed disperser now on Qhali. They're just a machine. Gonna go walk into the base now. They still have an Aegis on Qhali. They have cheese on the Ember. I don't know how you get these guys to leave your base.
I mean, they need to try and make something happen with like a swap play into them focusing, but I guess the Aegis troll, you can't start on him. This is a very tricky fight.
Well, they'll try to get rid of the Wind Panda at least, so that'll be a little less time. That nice fence in the air, but again, there's the split. They got their eyes on this Medusa. Stonecase is going to get used, but look at this. Okay, they're going to have to use the swap. Stonecase does come in, but they were just chunking through her. Dawnbreaker showing up, trying to use that ultimate. They finish off the Medusa. They'll finish off MJZ. They're going after Illic now. And they just have to run into their base. RoboZ has to be careful. Does have the cheese. They'll buy back on Tusk. There is no buyback on Deuce, no buyback on MJZ as they get themselves those mega creeps at 34 minutes in this game. They call GG Qhali. They have shown up, and man, I'm loving what I'm seeing here, Waga.
Yeah, this was a really, really clean game won by Qhali. I mean, they didn't die a single time on their post 1. They didn't die a single time on their post 2. And while bottom lane started out a little bit rough there for Broom,